Hey everyone, and welcome. So, we're going to pull back the curtain on the devices you use every single day. We're talking about the magic inside your phone, your laptop, even your TV. We're going to find out how they really work. Okay, let's just jump right in.
I mean, have you ever stopped to think about it? It seems so simple, right? You just tap an icon and poof, the app appears. But behind that one little touch, there's this lightning-fast chain reaction. And by the end of this, you'll know exactly what's going on in that tiny fraction of a second.
So, to get started, what even is a computer? Let's forget all the technical jargon for a minute. Just think of it like this. It's your own personal, super efficient digital assistant.
At its absolute core, this is all any computer does. It takes something in, that's the input, it thinks about it, that's the processing, and then it gives something back, that's the output. That simple little formula powers everything from your smartwatch to the most powerful servers on the planet. And this shows that three-step dance perfectly. The input, that's you tapping the screen or typing on your keyboard. The processing, that's the device doing all its calculations and making decisions. And the output, well, that's the result you see, like your favorite app opening up. Input, process, output. That's the heartbeat of every computer.
I love this quote because it really hits the nail on the head. This digital assistant is brilliant. It follows your orders with unbelievable speed and accuracy. But, and this is a big but, it's just an assistant. It can't dream up a new idea or invent something out of thin air. It only does exactly what it's told.
Okay, so if our computer is an assistant, what is it actually made of? Let's meet the physical parts, the components you can actually touch. Let's call them the hardware team. All right, meet the core team that makes everything happen. First up, you've got the CPU. That's the brain of the whole operation, doing all the heavy thinking. Then there's RAM, which is like its short-term memory, holding on to whatever you're working on right now. Storage, that's your long-term filing cabinet, where all your apps, photos, and files are kept safe for later. And finally, the GPU, the visual specialist, the artist that draws everything you see on the screen.
So here's the problem. You've got a brain, some memory, a filing cabinet, but they're all just kind of sitting there. They have no idea how to talk to each other. They're like a team of brilliant specialists who don't have any coordination. What they need is a manager. And that manager, that's the operating system. You probably know it as the OS. This is the crucial piece of the puzzle, the software that brings the whole hardware team to life and gets them all working together.
This analogy is just perfect, isn't it? The OS doesn't do the thinking itself, remember, that's the CPU's job, but it's the one telling the CPU what to think about. It tells RAM what to remember, and it tells storage which files to go find. It's the master coordinator, the conductor of the orchestra.
So, what does this manager actually do all day? Well, a ton. It's directing all the hardware, it's organizing all your data into the files and folders you're used to seeing. It's the whole reason your apps can even run. It's also the security guard, checking passwords and permissions. And on top of all that, it provides the entire visual world you interact with. The icons, the menus, the whole shebang.
And you already know these managers really well. If you're on a laptop or a PC, you're probably working with Windows or Mac OS, maybe Linux. On your phone or tablet, it's going to be Android or iOS. They all look a little different, but they're all doing the same core job of managing the team.
Okay, now for the grand finale. Let's put everything we've talked about together. We're going to go back to that first question and watch the hardware team and their software manager in action the moment you tap that app icon.
So let's walk through it. 1. You tap the icon. That's your input. Instantly, the OS, our manager, sees that. 2. It goes to the long-term filing cabinet, your storage, finds the app, and copies it into RAM, the short-term memory, to get it ready to go. 3. The OS turns to the CPU, the brain, and says, all right, time to run this code. 4. While the brain is working, the GPU, our visual artist, gets the command to start drawing the app's visuals. And 5. The final output, the app's home screen appears right there in front of you.
And the most incredible part of all this, that whole chain of command, from your finger touching the glass to the app appearing on screen, happens in the blink of an eye, almost instantly. The OS is just an unbelievably efficient manager, juggling all of those tasks without breaking a sweat.
So you might be thinking, okay, that's pretty cool, but why does this actually matter? Why do I need to know this? Well, it's more important than you might think.
For just, everyday use, this knowledge is power. When you understand that your device has limited short-term memory, that RAM, you get why having way too many apps open at once can slow everything down.
You understand what a security update for your OS is actually protecting. It just helps you become a smarter, more confident user of the tech you own.
And if you've ever even thought about learning to code, well then this stuff isn't just helpful, it is absolutely essential. Understanding this dance between the hardware and the software manager is the bedrock of building great apps. It's the difference between just writing code and truly understanding how to make it work beautifully.
So no matter how complicated our technology gets, you can always bring it back to this simple model. You've got a team of hardware specialists, the brain, the memory, the storage, and they are all being directed by one brilliant software manager, the operating system.
You know, understanding how your tools really work is the first step toward mastering them. So the real question isn't just about what your computer does anymore. It's, now that you know its secrets, what new and amazing things are you going to do with it? Thanks for tuning in.